As December settles in and we brace ourselves for the months of cold ahead, it's tempting to retreat indoors, curl up under a blanket, and resign ourselves to a serious case of cabin fever by April. But this Saturday night at the West End Cultural Center, starting at 6:30, you can trade the winter blues for a vibrant, high-energy taste of Latin America that will make you forget you're in Winterpeg. Viva Manitoba is an extraordinary festival celebrating the very best of Latin American food, culture, and music. From the fiery rhythms of Mariachi Rio Rojo to the irresistible grooves of the All-Star Salsa band Curubande, plus delicious Latin American cuisine and crafts, this is your chance to soak up the warmth of both the climate and the spirit of Latin America right here at home. And joining me here in the Classic 107 studio to talk about Viva Manitoba Festival this Saturday night, I'm joined by Jaime Chinchilla, who is a member of both Currabande and Mariachi Rio Rojo, and one of the organizers of the festival. Hi, Jaime. Great to have you back.
Hi, Chris. Thanks for having me back.
So, firstly, I got to ask, how long has the fiesta been around, and whose idea was it to start a Latin American festival here in Winnipeg? Take me back to the beginning.
Sure. So, this is the first event we're calling Viva Manitoba Festival. However, we had an event last April at the Western Cultural Center called Viva Winnipeg. And it was sold out, which was kind of a surprise and not a surprise. We knew there is a lot of... there's a growing Latin American community and a growing fan base of people from all over the world that live in Winnipeg that enjoy Latin music, cuisine, etc. And so we thought if this was sold out, we should repeat it. But then I had a chance to attend the Manitoba Art Showcase last September in Winkler, and we knew that there was a lot of interest from other communities other than Winnipeg to have something like that. So we said, let's reboot it and let's call it Viva Manitoba, because it is a provincial thing now and we can take it to those communities. So if you're out there listening to this and you're in one of those other communities other than Winnipeg, get in touch because we want to be there with this festival as well. Yeah.
Winnipeg, I've got a lot of Argentinian friends. I've got Chilean friends. You're from Costa Rica. I've got Brazilian friends. There is a very definite Latin American community here in the city. Was it that difficult to put together the festival and create content?
No, not in terms of content. There is for this festival, we're having 3 bands. Back in April, we had 3 bands as well with one different act. There is lots of options for vendors. And now the question is, how can we do this and include everybody? And I guess eventually you dream about maybe having a 2-3 day festival. But we have to start somewhere, and this is a really good start. And no, there is a lot of both artists and community members, crafters, food vendors. It's a growing community. It's very vibrant. And it was actually, in terms of content and to book people, it's rather easy. Yeah.
It sounds fantastic. And just to be clear, the music at the festival on Saturday starts at 8, but the doors open at 6:30. Should people eat before they go to the festival? And why the doors open at 6:30?
That's a great question. Back in April, when we did this pilot, I like to call it that, it was sold out and people had some time to wander around and see the crafts and maybe try the food and maybe, why not, take a picture with the mariachi. But this time we're giving them more time for sure. We want them to enjoy the whole experience. So we're opening the doors earlier, 6:30. 7, you can arrive there, but the show starts at 8. So the first act will hit the stage at 8.
And you can eat and fill your...
Of course.
Before that. Mm-hmm. When I was living in Arizona, there was a place close to my apartment that was run by a family, and it served real Mexican food. It was unbelievable. It was so good. Can you talk about some of the foods that people can take in at the festival?
For sure. So our food vendor for this event is Los Comales Morales. They're a couple, Eduardo and his wife, and they both create this very authentic, organic Mexican goodies such as Rafa salsa, tortillas that I had to learn are the best, in the province. I stopped buying tortillas from anywhere else, just buy it from them at the Norbert's Community Center every Saturday. And these Eduardo and Elena are super busy. Like, they are out there in every single market and event that you can. They're busy, and there's a reason for that. Their Mexican food is delicious. So they do quesadillas, they do tacos, they do tortas, and they're gonna be there on Saturday selling food. Last time they sold out as well really early, so now they're going to come prepared with even more food to make sure that everybody can enjoy.
And what about refried beans and shaved lettuce, all that stuff? Are they going to have that there as well?
Yes. One thing that we say is there are many variety of tacos, but the authentic Mexican tacos are something else. They're different, and you're going to have a chance to see what that difference is. Now, I said before I enjoy tacos from all over the world, but they're all variants of these ones. But these are the authentic Mexican tacos. So you're going to see, the carnitas and rajas and all of those things that Mexican people love. And if you're not from there, or if you have traveled there, this is your chance to try the authentic thing right here in Winnipeg.
Mm-hmm. Can you talk about some of the craft vendors that are going to be there?
Yeah, we have a few Latin American friends who are really good at crafts. Comes to mind Daniela. She's her business is called Dani Metal Arts. She crafts all sorts of jewelry from metal herself. And we have different makers. Some people are going to be there selling merch to support the event, to support the bands as well. So the Western Communities, the Western Center has a lobby. I would say it's not huge, but it will accommodate a few of those vendors. So you can wander around in between acts, maybe come back, have a drink, because they're going to have a selection of both alcoholic, non-alcoholic drinks, and try the food. And maybe you get hooked in one of those craft pieces and take it home with you.
The music starts at 8 p.m. How long will the bands be playing for? Are they going to be doing one set or multiple sets throughout the evening? How's that going to work?
So the main acts are going to have a longer set, and then the opener, it's going to have a 30 to 40 minute set. So from 8 p.m., you're going to be enjoying live music with some breaks that are needed, of course, for our sound techs to accommodate every band and make sure that we're sounding great. But after the opener is this young, talented group called Latin Roots Association, so the Latin Roots Band. We're also going to have some dancers live. And I don't want to give it away too much, but one thing that people enjoy is seeing those bands together with the dancers. So there is a moment we plan sort of a script that you need to be there to enjoy that moment, right? You feel that vibe, and people start being part of the whole event when this happens. And you're going to have the set of the mariachi band. Something to see. If you have been to Mexico, you have seen something like this. We're really proud that we're getting to be the Prairie's mariachi, right? We're an authentic group with the real deal. I mean, the suits made in Mexico and the instruments that are brought from Michoacan, Mexico, and of course the repertory. So many bands can play mariachi music, but to have the whole experience, you need all of those elements. We work really hard to make sure that people have the authentic experience. 7 people on a stage with those instruments and that sound, plus some dancers. And then at the end, if you like dancing or you just like enjoying Latin music and seeing people improvising in their drums and all of that Caribbean vibe, we have the All-Star Curubande Salsa Band.
And there's nothing better than a great salsa band, just when they're cooking and everything's going. I'm sure you're encouraging people to get up and dance for that as well, right?
Of course, yeah. The Western Cultural Center accommodates both seating spaces as well as a dance floor. So we're going to make sure that there is enough space for people dancing. Again, if you like dancing, that's your moment of the night. But the other thing about salsa bands is that you have a horn section, you have rhythm section, you have 3 different hand drums. So it's something to see. If you're just the type of person you just like to enjoy, maybe you never tried salsa, I encourage you to try it, whether it is in the dance floor or just watching the whole experience. Yeah,
absolutely. When is the party over on Saturday night?
Around midnight. Yes. There are the Western Cultural Center has its own schedule, and but I can say that last time many different groups were trying to organize an after party from the event. So one thing to do is become part of those communities. If you like dancing, if you like this kind of music, people are there to create community as well. So.
Mm-hmm. The Viva Manitoba Festival sounds like it's going to be just super, super fun. What do you hope audience members who are maybe new to Latin American music and culture, what do you hope they'll take away?
Live music is always a great experience. It doesn't matter what the genre is. It doesn't matter what the style is. It's something to see and enjoy. So from that perspective, you don't need to be part of the culture. You don't need to be part of the community. You don't need to know what this is. But you will definitely enjoy seeing all these people engaged in something they love to do, in something that has a very deep and long history in all of these different countries. But the other interesting part is that nothing in Winnipeg is just what it's supposed to be. It's always multicultural. So in our bands, we have people from, of course, Canada. We have in the mariachi, we have one of the members is Chinese. She's a wonderful violinist, Claire Tang. I think it's that, right? It's understanding, like being part of the Winnipeg community or Manitoban community, that it is so multicultural, it is so welcoming. And that vibe, you can only feel it in Canada, actually, in events like this.
Amazing. Jaime, this has been just excellent having you here. I'm planning on making my way down to the West End this Saturday night and taking in some amazing food and music. I hope this year's Viva Manitoba Festival is a big success. Thanks so much for taking the time to stop by our Classic 107 studio and talk to me today. And Feliz Navidad, if I don't see you before.
Feliz Navidad to you. Thank you so much, Chris, for having us. And I hope everybody can that is coming on Saturday will have good stories for the festive seasons to tell for many years to come. And we plan to keep doing this. So again, if you're in any Manitoban community and you're listening to this, make sure that you come and talk to us because we want to take this festival places too in this province.
Amazing. For our Classic 107 listeners, the Viva Manitoba Festival takes place this Saturday night, December 6th at the West End Cultural Centre. The doors open at 6:30 with musical performances starting at 8 p.m. For more details and to buy tickets, go to wecc.ca/events. Or go to classic107.com. I've embedded a direct link to the show page in the article about the Viva Manitoba Festival that you can find up there now. Jaime, thanks again.
Thank you.